About 75 years ago, a German Jewish philosopher, Franz Rosenzweig, offered this very unique and very, I would say, radical perspective about Jewish education, Jewish learning. He wrote, he expressed the kind of a wish that there would be a new approach to Jewish learning. And he then wrote, "New Jewish learning no longer starts from the Torah and leads into life, but the other way around, from life, from a world that knows nothing of the law or pretends to know nothing, back to the Torah." His vision, I think, suggests that Jewish learning should first engage with contemporary experience, science, politics, universal knowledge, before integrating these insights into the Torah framework. This raises a good question at the heart of, I think, modern Jewish thought. What is a good and proper starting point for Jewish engagement in the contemporary world? Do we begin with life, with all the challenges, complexities, and secular wisdom, and then apply Judaism to it, and apply it to Judaism? Or do we start with Judaism, grounding ourselves in Torah and tradition, and seek its relevance in the contemporary world? The first approach will lead to people who will think that the Judaism is relevant. But on the other hand, some people will think that we are more of a political party rather than religion or a synagogue. The second approach might become irrelevant, dull, just about Torah and nothing else. This question, far from being an abstract philosophical debate, is central, I think, for this week's Torah portion, Yitro. Think about it. This portion contains one of the most important moments in Jewish history, the giving of the Ten Commandments. What can be more important? What can be more central for what we are? As humanity, maybe, but certainly as Jewish people. And yet, paradoxically, this defining moment of Jewish faith is written in a Torah portion named after a non-Jew, Yitro, the father-in-law of Moses, the Midianite priest. This week's Torah portion opens with the following line. And Jethro, or Yitro, the priest of Midian, the father-in-law of Moses, heard all that God had done for Moses and his people, that he has taken Israel out of Egypt. And then it continues into this beautiful story that this Midianite priest advised Moses to introduce governance structure and not to govern alone. So why should the very section containing the foundation of Jewish law and identity be named after someone outside of it? Yitro heard of the Exodus and the miracles performed for the Israelites and came to see Moses. This is what Ibn Ezra, the Torah scholar, the medieval Torah scholar, noted about it. He noticed the juxtaposition of the story of this person, Yitro, with the one that comes right before this moment, at the end of last week's Torah portion. The attack of Amalek. Since the Bible, this is what Ibn Ezra writes, since the Bible has just mentioned the evil which Amalek did to the Israelites, it's at the end of chapter 17 of the book of Exodus, there's a story of, imagine the Israelites just went through the Sea of Reeds, the sea parted, the miracle happened, and then the sea closed. And then they celebrated the victory, and then they marched towards the Mount Sinai to receive the law and so on. And then, from a very unexpected place and a very unexpected time, the Amalekites attacked us from the back. So And why is it important that they attack from the back? Is because who normally goes at the back? Those who are the slowest, so the weakest, the oldest, and so on. So this is basically what happened. So the Bible must, therefore, because we just heard about this bad non-Jew, right, who attacked us, therefore the Bible mentioned in contrast the good advice which Yitro gave to the Israelites at the beginning of this week's Torah portion. So the previous portion, Beshalach, has these episodes about hostility towards Israel or Israelites, an attack on the most vulnerable at the least expected time and place. In contrast, the next portion introduces Yitro, another non-Jew who comes to help and offers counsel to Moses on governance and leadership. Yitro says, why do you give advice to all people yourself? It doesn't make sense. There are too many people and you're only one. Introduce the system. The heads of 10 people, the heads of hundreds of people, the head of thousands. And then only if they can't solve the issue, they can come to you. Therefore, the Torah makes a profound statement by naming this portion after Yitro. Jewish learning does not exist in a vacuum. It's enriched by the world around it, by those who, like Yitro, approach it with sincerity and curiosity and open-mindedness towards others, coming to help rather than coming to attack others for being others. So in recent years, I think many people have noticed, and certainly I have noticed, that there was a wave of new members joining synagogues. On the one hand, this is an encouraging trend. Now we are a growing community, and new members bring fresh energy and engagement. On the other hand, I think we must ask, what is motivating this? If people join because they feel the outside world is frightening and unsafe, they may seek a close refuge rather than a community that remains engaged with the broader world. So this presents quite a challenge for us, liberal or progressive Jews. Our ethos has always been one of dual engagement, deeply rooted in the Jewish world, while remaining actively involved in wider society. How can we ensure that our communities remain open and inclusive, supporting each other and building bridges with others, with the broader British society in which we live? Moses Mendelssohn formulated a principle that has long guided Jewish modernity: to be a Jew at home and a citizen in the world. Today, we must be the guardians of this ethos, not as a dichotomy, but as a harmony. Our lives should be firmly grounded in Jewish values, while also being informed and inspired by the latest achievements and trends of the world around us. We should actively engage in science, in art, in culture, while still being grounded and learning Torah, Judaism. This balance is the essence of Judaism, which is both profoundly authentic and meaningfully relevant in our time. And at the end of the day, we just we are going to mark Tu B'Shvat, this festival of nature. What can be a better symbol of it? We celebrate this festival because of natural order of the world, because of something happening outside the synagogue, in the nature. But what we are doing is we're bringing meaning into it. So whatever happens outside, let's not close ourselves, let's engage with it, and let's use it as an inspiration and force to make this world a bit better. Shabbat Shalom.